I ask you a simple question, and I would like for you just to answer simply. Does it make sense for the leaders of the free world to go and to talk to and see what's going on at the border?
I am the Secretary of Homeland Security, and it is my responsibility to manage the border at the direction of the President and the Vice President, and I have visited the border on multiple occasions. The Vice President served as the Attorney General of a border state of California, and she is quite familiar with the situation on the border.
But she's laughing at it.
Well, there's a heated exchange between Congressman Ralph Norman and DHS Secretary Mayorkas over the Biden administration's handling of the border crisis.
This as 56 House Republicans urged the president to remove Vice President Harris from her role leading the immigration crisis.
South Carolina Congressman Ralph Norman is one of those Republicans calling for her removal, and he joins us now. Welcome, Congressman.
Glad to be here, Rachel.
You've called for her removal. Do you think it's going to happen? It sounds like she might want to give up this role anyway. She doesn't seem to like it.
Well, they're running out of people, Rachel. I don't know. I mean, if all she can do is laugh, which is what she's done about going to the border, then she should be removed. Now, I don't know who they would have in her place. This administration continues to baffle me on the people in charge, including Mayorkas and particularly the Vice President. You know, for her to say in Guatemala that not to come, I mean, who is she, Moses, on the mountaintop saying not come and think that we're going, that it has any meaning or merit? It doesn't.
That's the whole point of going to the border, Congressman, is that you can say the border's closed, but if you're down there and you see that it isn't, it might change your policy prescription. Are you satisfied that even if a visit from her would do that, or ideologically are they too invested in their own narrative at this point?
Well, their actions speak louder than their words. No, they're not going to do anything. I mean, that's why they're taking the position that they are. My first question to Mayorkas was, have you ever had a medical a physical? And his response was he was insulted. I said, I'm not asking about what they found. I'm just saying, have you had a physical? In a physical, you literally go into the office, you're asked questions, you meet them face to face. And I said, what's the difference with going to the border, particularly when it affects America in the way it's affecting it? And, you know, his words, we're studying the wall. Well, what's there to study? You're not building it. I saw the steel on the ground. I saw the post up. You're not building it. Well, we're investing in technology. Really? How good is technology going to be when you have 1.5 million Americans, 1.5 million illegal immigrants already in America? What's the technology going to chase them down? No. And we have a saying in the South, don't spit in my face and tell me it's raining. And that's what this administration continues to do, and we're going to call them out on it.
You know, Congressman, if I neglected to go get my physical, there would be a reason. There would be a reason I wouldn't go to the doctor. I believe there's nothing wrong with myself, or I don't believe the doctors. There'd be some reason, or maybe I'm just lazy, that I wouldn't go to get the physical. In your estimation, it's clear. I think any sober-minded person would look at this and say, it's clear they're not addressing the border crisis in any responsible fashion. That leads to the question of why. Why aren't they willing to get the physical? Why aren't they willing to address the border crisis at its cause?
Well, they don't want the media attention. They think the Americans will give them a pass on it. When we went, they wouldn't allow us to take pictures. They had buses that were literally hauling the children out to God knows where, so we couldn't see the cages they were in. And it's really an insult of what they're doing. And once they're in the country, that's it. And their end game is to get them registered to vote, get them a driver's license, and then put them on the public dole and have voters. That's the only thing that you can really assume that they're doing, because it means votes to them, and they think will put them in a permanent position to win elections.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, when you go to the question of why, I think you've hit the nail on the head. That's exactly why they're doing it. That's exactly why they won't change their policy, whether she goes there or not. Last week, I believe, on Laura Ingram's show, Raymond Arroyo had a very interesting investigative report on the border where, you know, law enforcement and the mayors at the border were saying, we feel like we're helping the cartels. So they're bringing the people across, and we just take them and do the next part of the job, which is just moving them out onto, you know, as you said, all across the country. I mean, we're actually we're forcing our law enforcement to do the work of the cartel. This is like insanity.
It is insanity, Rachel. And if you talk to the Border Patrol agents, you know what they're doing? They're changing diapers. They're not doing what they were trained to do. And that's why at least a visit, even if you're not going to do anything, would highlight the problems. And maybe, I doubt it, but maybe it would give them some impetus to stop this insanity. Because once they're in the country, they're in the country. And
right.
We're not going to get them out. And they're going to be on our school systems, our hospitals, you name it, the public. And we just can't put up with that or try to do what we can to highlight it.
It's happening right now. Representative Ralph Norman, thank you so much for doing what you can and for being on the program. Appreciate it.